Garrett Rogers Outdoors here. So, if y'all ever seen how like Roger Ragland and them do morning coffees and stuff, just sit and drink a cup of coffee. I'm drinking hot chocolate, and then they tell a story. So that's what I'm gonna do. And since last video, I went over my turkey gun for this year. I'm going to go over the first turkey I ever killed. So here's the story. So I didn't know this, but my dad had signed me up for this thing, like a youth thing, going out and shooting pellet guns and everything and getting prizes and stuff. So I didn't know this at the time, but we went up on the mountain back behind our house. So we went back there and we got out. So it's on a power line, so it's like 1, 2, 3 power line poles. And the third big power line pole is on private. So we usually stand at the second power line pole and listen. So we were sitting there listening, and we heard one gobbling pretty good over on the private. So we got, I don't know, 50, 60 yards from the line, and we set up and tried to call him in. When he hit the ground, he didn't make another peep. So up here, where I'm at, usually they'll gobble till they hit the ground, and then they'll go quiet, especially if they have hens. If they have hens, they might not even gobble at all. And a good friend of mine, we were talking one day, and he said that we've chased them so much and stuff, we've bred the gobble out of them. That might be true, might not be. But usually up here, when they hit the ground, unless it's a real hot bird, he doesn't want to gobble no more. So, anyway, we got up, started back down. We had to be at this thing at, I believe, 8:30, 9 o'clock. You know how turkey hunting is. You get up there 6:30, you can kill one maybe. Well, we're walking back. It's probably 7:45 or so. And we get almost to the first tower. We get right to the first tower, basically. And my dad does crow call. He does it with his mouth, just crow call. We can do hoot owls. I can do a video on that one day. But he does crow call. And I hear one hammer, right? I mean, less than 200 yards. I mean, through the thickest stuff, not thickest, but pretty thick. And then the top of that ridge is open, wide open. Then down on off the other side, wide open oak flat. So I'm like, oh. So we go right down to a tree right there. And we sit down, and he starts calling. So he uses pot call. He uses a crystal one, I believe. And he's used it for 30 years. But he's just sitting there yelping, and that bird is gobbling. But what my dad didn't figure on is the little tree in front of us. So this tree is probably, yay big in diameter. And so he's like, well, he said, I'll stay here. You just move up to that next tree. So I move up to that next tree and sit down there. And I'm sitting there. And so like I said, that flat is all open. And right on the edge, it's like deer trails. And they had been up there to redo the power line. So it was a wide open gravel road, probably 50 feet wide. And I don't know, 150 yards long. Well, that bird, he gets through, and I see flashing coming through that little bit of brush. He comes through a little bit of laurel, and he steps out on that road. Right before he steps out on that road, I hear him start drumming, and I'm like, this is going to be pretty cool. Because my dad, I've always asked him, you ever heard one drum and stuff? He's like, yeah, I've heard him drum, but he's never really seen one strut. Because where we're at, the layout's just like, hilly and mountain. So if you see one and he's within shooting range, there ain't really no get him on camera. And if he's not on camera, I mean, I'm going to try to get some videos on camera, but it might be tough. But he's never really seen one strutting. So I hear him start spitting and drumming, and he steps out on that road full strut, and I just think it's the coolest thing. And he walks down this road, and it splits right in front of us, probably 30 yards. At this time, I had a Remington 870 Express Magnum 20 gauge with an extra full choke in it. Just a regular old extra full choke. Didn't have no turkey choke or nothing. And I had number 5 double X shells, 20 gauge. And that gobbler, he's coming down the road, just walking, full strutting, purring, whatever, drumming. I think it's the coolest thing. And he gets down to that V, and he doesn't see no hen. So the split in the road there, he starts going down the other road, and I thought he was going to come up to where we were, like 20 yards. But no, he's at that split about 30 yards. So I hear my dad start saying, shoot him, shoot him. So I just put it on rough as I could on his neck. Boom! Gobbler goes down, starts flopping. I'm like, yes, yes. Telling Dad, yeah, pump another shell into the gun. Good thing I did, because I was up there kind of celebrating, getting ready to walk down there. That bird starts flopping. And if you don't know, if you don't get enough pellets and stuff in the head, he might flop and get away. Like I talked about injuring the bird in my other video. If I didn't get more shells in this bird, he would have been injured. But I got down there and I shot him again. Boom! And I pumped another one in, and by that time my dad done run down, and then he was about to fly. He was on his feet and flying, and he was about to go down over into a hollow and just soar down through there and be gone. And me and my dad both lined up on him and shot at the same time, and he just went down, and I went over and stepped on his head. Best day I've ever had. And great turkey hunt. That's the only gobbler I've ever killed so far. But I've only killed one, and I've killed 11 deer, but I still love it 5 times more. Just the fact of listening to them birds gobble and hearing everything, and I just love to listen to them gobble. Now, I've never heard one fighting or seen one fighting. My dad heard one time. He was listening for him, and he heard 2 on a hill fighting, just purring and clucking and half gobbles, and he said it was pretty cool, but I've never really heard them fighting. But anyway, I grabbed my gun and went up the road there. We took a couple pictures, and we started down the road, down back towards the house, and Dad told me we had to go that thing. I'm like, well, good thing we got him at that time. Well, just about that time, we got down to a turn, heading down the mountain. Here comes a truck up the mountain. It's the people working on the power line, and my dad said, glad y'all weren't here 5 minutes ago, because you would have ruined the whole hunt. But that was pretty cool. But I just love turkey hunting. But thanks for tuning in. Morning, evening, however you're doing this. When I'm filming this, it's 9 something in the morning. So I hope everybody has a great day, and y'all tune in for more videos like this. And I'll do some deer hunting stories and everything y'all want to know. Just tune in, let me know. Thank y'all very much. Thanks for watching Garrett Rogers Outdoors.